What's going on, everybody? Yeah, just want to get on here and bring everybody back to now. Appreciate y'all being here and vibing with me for a bit. Yeah, today I want to talk a little bit in a different direction, kind of expanding on what I was talking about yesterday with the really putting into practice a lot of these principles. And I wanted to share that with you guys, the progress of how kind of growing a business from scratch is working out, and how to do that. So if you have that similar desire to maybe start a business or pursue a new direction in your life, just to grow some faith in a direction where it's like untraditional, because there's so many I don't know, stories that we tell ourselves when it comes to like starting a business, and all these hangups that start to emerge. A lot of things like, oh, where am I going to get the money for this? How is that going to come together? What's the next step? And all these kind of problems and concerns and stuff that come along the way. I've kind of started to recognize a pattern with that. And with that pattern, sharing that with others to kind of grow and overcome these things collectively and individually, I think is helpful, and especially with, what's going on with, wearing masks and vaccine. Oh, you got to get a shot to work here. And it's like all these, external forces that are kind of pushing people in a direction that maybe they don't want to be in, but feel stuck. Yeah, just opening up the floodgates to, like, you don't got to be stuck, and you don't got to be doing things that in your heart you feel like are not the right direction for you, and so I wanted to share kind of like some finances and how to flip money, and how really the new vision of starting a cafe is going to come together, and that doesn't involve taking large lump sum loans from a bank. It has to do with how flipping money to finance that, and so I wanted to share that with others, and so, like, kind of my situation at the moment, I got about $620 in cash, just in my own kind of spending. My wife has her own kind of finances going for her, but like this is kind of just like the business spending. And so I got a $475 bill due in a day or two, and then I also have a $50 insurance bill, and I also have I think a $50 internet bill that's due by the end of the month, basically. So I got 2 weeks, and I have a $700 painting job I'm going to start on Tuesday. And basically my goal is, between now and Tuesday, is to start really bringing a team together, for my handyman business. And so, being transparent, seeing, I was like, oh shit, there's $600 something. There's a $700 job, which I'm going to use that $700 job to pay commission to the team that I'm developing to do the job, also using that profits and future earnings to really finance the cafe. And with the handyman business, it'd be as simple, for another person to do it in their own town as basically making a free website on Blogger, and using a template, and putting ads on Craigslist and in Facebook groups in your local area, just advertising that you are available to do work, and whatever you are able to do in your area. Try to find out what the professional people are charging in your area that also have a business, and don't feel shy to price either where they're at or even more, depending on the value that you can bring to your customers. You will attract the customer, based on your inner state of consciousness. And so, you can believe that or you cannot believe it, but, holding on to that faith is really key to enjoy the process of starting a business, to enjoy the process, the flow of being an entrepreneur. Because if you're stuck in fear and what if and anxiety, you can still wrestle a business to the ground, and by your own sheer force and mental activity, and just like, I'm going to work 80 hours a week, and I'm going to just pound the pavement until it happens. You can do it that way, but there's also an easier way. And you're doing the same. You could be doing the same task of growing a business, and you could be in a state of joy, peace, abundance, prosperity while doing it, or you could do it with fear, panic, scarcity. All basically, create a business that turns into a pendulum of hell. You start hating what you created because it's just a burden, and it's just like just draining your energy and everything. And so so flipping flipping money is something that is something that's you can do. Anybody can do it. It takes getting over the fear of maybe loss, or the fear of what if this doesn't work. And what if I become homeless? What if I can't make ends meet, and all shit gets turned off and everything else? It's you don't have to keep having these fears though. And so after I end up getting done with this stream, I've made $65 so far today. That was with a music royalty that came in. So that didn't involve any extra time to trade my time for money. It's passive income. So there's that. And after I get done with this, I'm going to go wash windows in town, which I think it had about a under $20 startup cost to do a window business. Buying a squeegee and a it might have been I think I'm kind of upgraded because I got an extension rod, which I think was like under $20, and then a kind of a spongy thing that goes on the rod, and a squeegee that goes onto that rod. And then I just reuse a bucket. And you can buy a bucket if you want to buy a bucket. It's only a couple bucks, and then it's just dish soap and water. That's a great way to wash windows and not leave streaks. And so I get, probably after I get done with this, I'll wash windows in town. I do that reoccurring every month. I charge pretty much $1 a minute, when I do an estimate, so it's like $60 an hour. If the windows are going to take like half hour to wash a bunch of them, I figure about, $25 to $30, depending on the difficulty. If I have to get up on a ladder, then it's more towards the $30 range. If I can just do it on foot, more like 25, and I got one for, probably make $100, $120, if I wash all of them. It should only take a couple hours to do that, and so hoping to have that done, and that will bring like the total for the day. It's like 120 plus the 65. It'd be $185 today with only a couple hours worth of work. But then being able to take that and then put some of that towards paying the bills for the month, but then also using that then to flip it even further, because then I got some yards I got to get mowed too, which I just got that new mower. I put it together yesterday. I had to replace a couple things and kind of do a little maintenance on it, but it was free. Someone just gave it to me, and so it was pretty nice. It did a good job. It was self-propelled. I already mowed 2 yards, and it takes about an hour to mow both of them, which I charge $25 to mow the 1 yard and then $20 to mow the other. So that's like $45. Which I can kind of flip that again. I might do that either today, and that would bring the total today to $230. And the goal is to continue just to flip it and grow it. And so as far as like getting a team together to do the handyman work, I'm going to basically pay on commission. And so I got ads running on Facebook groups to try to draw in people. I'm also calling people in my contacts in my phone to see if anybody's looking for work, looking to join a team, and matching a similar vision. And the vision is just a strong team that's motivated by commission, and getting things done quickly, and and quality work, and being able to share that abundance with the team. And yeah, so as of right now, the team is still an internal vision, but holding on to the faith that it'll start to come together through a bridge of incidents. And the main work at the moment is holding on to the state of consciousness of it's already like that. It's like who the team's already there. How do you feel knowing that God provided the team? God provides the customers, the jobs, and everything is a reflection of where where it makes logical sense, where it's just a little bit above your comfort zone but doable. That $700 painting job on Tuesday, I don't know what percentage I'll pay the team to get that done. The kind of the backstory with that building, because I'm painting a building, and that building was bought by a friend of mine who has a construction business, and he's donating that building to a church. And so I told him I would not charge full price to paint it, just because of what he's doing with it and kind of the cause behind the donation of it and everything. And you could maybe look at that as like, oh, he's doing that as like a tax credit to lower his taxable income, or who knows why he's doing it. I don't really care why he's doing it. But I've painted a house for this guy before. I've done a decent amount of jobs for him, and really want to continue that relationship and growing that that trust that kind of develops from just doing work together and doing a good job, not creating headaches for other people, and having that be the new focus with that, and letting him know that getting a team together to knock this out. And a lot of the things for me has to do with letting go of like, if you want to do it right, you got to do it yourself mentality, and really trusting others. That's a programmed way of thinking that I've picked up on, that I do, and I've seen through experience the value of like team building and like outsourcing things, that you don't got to be a master of everything, but really being able to hook up who's good at doing what. If I'm weak in this area, I need to have somebody who's really strong in this area, and together we can really make some things happen. And so and so after we'll see what happens with that. And like today I'm going to go look at a building for the cafe. The building, the guy that owns it, there was an old business in there that was selling antiques and stuff like that, and like the lady that owns it is elderly and lives upstairs, so you got the storefront in downtown area, and then above it is where this lady's living, and she hasn't done anything with the business that she's been going since COVID, and I don't know what the situation. The building is completely filled with things, and it's also kind of falling apart. And so I might be able to work out a deal, with the guy that owns the building, because the kind of the mindset is, how can I make money for this guy? How can I, what's a deal that will be a benefit for this guy? It'd be a benefit for me, for the building, for the cafe, but like with my finances that I, told you at the beginning, not having here's $10,000 to secure a building and finance, this is all flipping, it's all kind of just going with the flow through these bridges of incidents, and so hopefully be able to work out something with this guy in the way of I might be able to sell all of that shit on eBay. And I just got I got one job application put in so far, and that guy's application says computer skills. And so I don't think it's that hard to take good pictures and a description and putting a listing on eBay, which I already have an eBay account, which I'm pretty sure has a couple ratings, positive feedback. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't been on there for a while, and it's not something that's actually happening yet. So I haven't really, just focusing on what's hitting the radar right now in the moment? Is that something to worry about? Am I in my head, plotting and scheming things that aren't even real yet? But like, it's just something I'm thinking about. How can I be a benefit for this guy? Because I could also renovate his whole building, and so there is things I can bring to the table besides just cash. It could be a relationship. If we share a similar vision, we could both work together to do something that benefits all of us. And so that's kind of the mindset I'm having going into this meeting with this guy. Is not so much I'm just going to make promises monetarily, but how can I take a problem off of his shoulders and work together to secure a building and create a next thing, and so it's like the hang up right now that's hitting the radar is like, well, there's no building, there's no this, there's no all these problems, but it's what is going to be doable problem to work on right now, so it's like I'm meeting tomorrow with the Chamber of Commerce in town, and going to really put it out there to the lady that's involved in that. I've been a member of the Chamber of Commerce. I just haven't ever gone to the meetings or done anything, and I think I'll let my membership expire. But like, I don't have a physical building for my handyman business, and so what I'd like to do with them is, if you're a member, you can use their space, and I'd like to use that space to bring in people to interview. And because I don't have a physical building, for that I run out of, I basically run the handyman business through my phone, and word of mouth and stuff like that. So when getting a team together, how do I find a meeting spot? That seems like a good option. And plus, I'm going to talk with her and see if we share a similar vision for the community. And if we do share a similar vision of being able to create something of value. Really letting go of a lot of like ownership and being okay with that, and making like the handyman business be a team thing, where it's not just me that benefits from the success, it's everybody. And so letting go of some ownership, responsibilities, a lot of those are mental, and like feeling like, well, if I do that, then I lose it, which is part of a scarcity mindset, looking at it more of like, that, giving that opportunity, giving away control is a benefit for everybody, and so, that's going to be the conversation I have with the lady at the the Chamber of Commerce, and also looking for maybe leads on people, that might be looking for jobs, that might have, that she might know, or, other, maybe entrepreneur, people or investors or anything like that might be looking for a new opportunity, something to, you never know, so that's kind of on the agenda, for tomorrow, but it's just all part of this new flow, and getting out of this mindset of like, oh, you can't, and there's limitations and everything, and there's scarcity, and life is hard, and a lot of it is just having courage to go for it, and looking at what's going on in my business, where it's at, not judging it, not because it's been about, I think, 4 years I've been doing handyman work, but it's also been like 10 that I've been doing music, and kind of just having that flow, and just sharing that with others that just might be in this zone of like, oh, well, to start a business, I need to have like, $100 grand in cash just lying around, and that would be great. Yeah, that'd be awesome, if things were like that. But some of the stories we tell ourselves is like, oh, these, this woulda, coulda, shoulda, waiting for that ideal perfect moment to do something. That moment, it does not exist. Now is the perfect moment, and if you have a vision for a business, realize that business already exists. By having the vision and starting to move in that direction, it's already like you opened up the doors to this thing. And most of these dreams die before even anything happens, because it's always, well, in 6 months from now, I should be in a better position to open this thing up, or do these different things, or I'll feel more secure. I can't stress enough, feeling comfortable with or without, a bunch of money. There is no failure. It's just, now I'm back down to dwindling cash. I just got to make more. It's just, and it's like, you don't really have to do a lot of things. A lot of times it gets drawn to you, and you just start saying yes to things, and figuring out how to make it work in the process of doing, is really important, because it gives you confidence. And not only does it give you confidence, but then it gives you a new vision, a broader perspective, and a new, I was able to do that, and it was scary, and it was crazy and exhilarating and thrilling, and everything like that. And that gives you to the next thing, maybe bigger job, or bigger, more expansive, more whatever. And and I just wanted to share that with you guys, kind of share that process, and also continue to update you guys on the process. I might just kind of maybe start a new playlist that really is more for entrepreneurs, and just maybe even just self-employment, because there is a difference between as an individual, just tapping into things like self-employment, is easy and doable. It's not hard, and I don't even think growing that, because like the difference between that and versus like more of a business is that a business can thrive without you doing it. It's like being self-employed, you're doing all the things, you're wearing all the hats, and without you there is nothing. But with a business and with a team, it's like, it starts to build on itself, and you can step away from it, and it continues to grow and thrive. So that's the shift in mindset for me, which a lot of that has to do with how I was raised. My dad, he had a car dealership that he owned, and so a lot of beliefs when it comes to like employees and like stuff like that, recognizing where those come from, from parents, from childhood and stuff, of thinking, you want something done, you got to do it yourself, and if and fears and hang-ups of people maybe not showing up, or stealing, or just the drama, these types of things. But I want to share that with you guys, and stay tuned to the progress of that, because a big part of the holding a vision is holding the faith first, that it's all going to work out, and that there's nothing to worry about, and that ultimately God's in control, and to trust the process, to trust the flow. And if there's something that pops up, maybe some resistance, or maybe a circumstance that is like, some drama, not to sit there and spin out about it, but just look at it as like, okay, we can solve this problem and grow, and the success is on the other side of this problem anyway. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Sounds like somebody's here, and I gotta kind of get ready to do those windows. And so I like to wrap this up with a quote-unquote random Bible verse. Nothing's random. God's 100% in control of literally everything, and speaks to us in the moment. I just want to give God a chance to speak to you, who's ever listening now. See what God's got to say. Proverbs 22:9-11. He that hath a bountiful eye shall be blessed, for he giveth of his bread to the poor. He that loveth pureness of heart, for the grace of his lips, the king shall be his friend. And there you go. And with that being said, I appreciate you guys liking, sharing, subscribing. I appreciate your support and the physical and in the spiritual. It sounds like somebody banging around. Let me get this turned off. I appreciate your support in the spiritual and in the physical, and Yeah, a lot of it will go to the cafe and like the businesses and stuff. If might do like I kind of letting my wife really do the cafe, just have her vision come to fruition. Kind of stepping back and letting that flow go. Just really trusting that that she'll be able to be successful at it. But it'd be awesome to do like maybe a wall or something if people support it. Just through the internet or whatever. Kind of the goal is to do locally grown, locally sourced food, organic. Like there's people in town that have like bees, and it'd be awesome to bring their honey in to kind of showcase that in some smoothies or something. Kind of just be kind of a chill vibe, just be a benefit to the community and to us and the everybody that's involved. Maybe put like a wall with like support and that, just the idea just to support it, and put your name or something like an angel wall and put your name on the thing, and you take some ownership of that too. Your help to be showcased in our community and everything. And I think it'd be awesome, shake off a lot of this COVID horse shit and show people that life is ready to be lived, and not just live in some bubble that you're so fearful of danger. It's you can experience life in a different way, and hopefully be an example of that. And so I appreciate you guys and your time, and I think I might we'll see what happens. There's a lot of, I don't know, thoughts, I guess, about, should I do a different type of video or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of playing it by ear, but I'll keep you guys updated with the process, the flow, the bridge of incidents that are certain to emerge is taking this thing really into practice, and just share that with you guys as it starts to emerge. And so thanks again for listening, and have a good rest of your now, and God bless.